So we got a general understanding of what thoughts are, right?
Yes, sir.
Thoughts is your mind working, and while your mind working and come up with whatever it come up there, that's thinking, that's thoughts. You understand that, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
That's not hard. When your mind activity, that's a thought.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when we look at how this fit into everything, are you listening to me?
Oh, yes.
Remember we said our consciousness produces our conscious, which determine how we feel.
Yes.
That's the formula we got. So what is our consciousness? Somebody say consciousness.
Consciousness.
Our consciousness is the state of being awake and aware of what is going on around you. The state of being awake and aware of what is going on around you. That's consciousness. So knowing what's going on around you, the environment around you, that's consciousness. Somebody's mind and thoughts. Your mind, what is producing, and the thoughts that's, you don't created this environment around you, is consciousness.
Right.
Somebody say consciousness.
Consciousness.
Consciousnness is, I'm gonna read this, and it shows you how consciousness works. Consciousness is variously defined as a subjective experience, awareness. Y'all got that? Y'all got it. Fine. Consciousness is variously defined as subjective experience, awareness.
Okay.
So basically it's saying conscious is being aware. Are you listening? The ability to experience feeling, wakefulness, that's conscious. If you're awake, you're feeling something, you're experiencing something, that is consciousness.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Anything that we are aware of at any given moment forms part of our consciousness, making conscious experience at once the most familiar and most mysterious aspect of our lives. You got that?
Got it.
Everybody understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So consciousness is experiencing, whatever you're experiencing, being awake. So that is our consciousness. So the environment we are around produces with something else our conscience.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Consciousness produces conscience. But consciousness, we have this other thing of us called a subconscious.
Subconscious.
Subconscious is the part of the mind below the conscious perception. In other words, everybody in this room is experiencing this service.
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yes.
Now, you may be focusing on me.
Uh-huh.
Somebody else may be focusing on the baby.
Uh-huh.
Somebody else may be focusing on the tree.
Yeah.
Now, regardless of what you're focusing on, your subconscious is going to pick up the rest.
Uh-huh.
Whatever's going on in this room, your subconscious is going to pick it up. The sound of the fan, the feelings of the fan. Your subconscious is going to pick that up.
Yes.
Your consciousness is going to pick up what you're focusing on.
Yes.
My voice, the words, Camilla walking. Your consciousness is going to create that, and your subconscious is going to pick up everything else, what you experience.
Yes.
You got that?
Yes.
So that makes up your consciousness.
Uh-huh.
That creates what we call a conscience. That produces a conscience.
Yes, sir.
I like to call it conscience.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
A consciousness is the sense of what is right and wrong that governs the body's thought and action, urging him to do right rather than wrong. So what does that mean? That means the consciousness is what telling you this is right and this is wrong. Okay, while I'm up here talking, that's your consciousness, right?
Okay. Uh-huh.
That's your consciousness. You are aware of me talking.
Yeah.
Now, if I say a word wrong, if I'm trying to say right and I say type,
Uh-huh.
Your conscience, conscience,
Yeah.
tells you, hey, he said that wrong.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Got that?
Yes.
And how did it get that information? Because of your experience of hearing a sentence like that over and over again.
Gotcha.
It's like a computer. It takes a sum of everything,
Uh-huh.
and it tells you, according to what you experienced, this is wrong.
Yes.
This is right. You got that?
Yes, sir.
So what you experience is information so that you can determine your conscience, or so you can determine what's right and wrong.
Uh-huh.
Are you right? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say that again for the people who ain't said they was with me.
Ah.
Everything you experience,
Uh-huh.
everything you experience
Yes.
is information so that your conscience can tell you what's right and what's wrong. That's what tells you that. So let's say you know that you're not supposed to get up and do a flip in the middle of service.
Yes.
And you get up, all of this, you say, I'm going to do a flip anyway.
Woo.
Your conscience tells you that's wrong.
Yes.
But you do it anyway. And so your conscience tells you that's wrong, so you start feeling bad.
Uh-huh.
That determines your feeling. Like, man, I shouldn't have done that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, gotcha.
So your conscience is what determines whether you feel bad about doing something.
Gotcha.
You understand?
Good stuff.
And that is coming directly from your experience.
Yes.
How much experience you have in whatever is whatever. That's why we have to be trained and taught in certain areas and certain things you know.
Yes.
Now, as far as the law of Yah, it's already written in your mind. I shouldn't steal. And your
Yeah.
conscience say, yeah, you know, it says you shouldn't steal, so it's wrong for you to steal. Don't steal.
Uh-huh.
That's your consciousness doing all that in your head. Do you got that?
Yes.
Okay. That is our consciousness. We understand it. Right?
That's cool. Yes.
Okay. Everyone has one.
Yes.
Oh man, that's a big step in learning how things flow. I'll get home. First to the 4th chapter. And let's go 1 and 2.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Now we understand what a conscience is, right?
Yes, sir.
It's from our life experience,
Uh-huh.
and it's telling us what's right and what's wrong,
Yes.
how we feel, and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Now over here we see verse 2, it says, speaking lies and hypocrisy,
Ooh-wee.
having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Yes.
So we see it's a possibility for our conscience to be seared.
Yes.
What is seared? And I always use this example. When I read the Red Lobster, we used to serve seared scallops. And seared scallops is you make what was burnt on the top and cooked underneath ready. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
If you burn it too quickly, if you sear something too quickly, you can't cook the rest underneath. Because it forms like a shield.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
It's called cauterize or cauterization.
Oh,
If
yes.
you burn something too quick on top, you're not going to be able to finish cooking it because it's the burnt part is going to act like a shield and keep the heat out. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Sealed with a hot iron is saying we're going to cauterize this thing.
Oh, man.
Your conscience has been burnt. And so what's in it can't get out.
Yeah.
It has become hardened.
Wow.
So what's right and wrong telling you stuff is not coming out. You don't hear your conscience anymore.
Yeah. Wow.
You don't hear it. It's just this big lump.
Wow.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So if your conscience is seared, you'll just lie one thing to another.
Wow.
You do all these things and don't think anything of
My
it.
goodness. Never heard that. That's scary.
And it happens to you all the time. Some of your conscience are seared. When you start ignoring stuff
Yeah.
and not doing it, are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
And you think it's okay? That's a seared conscience.
Yes.
See, a reprobate mind, the difference between a seared conscience and a reprobate mind. A reprobate are called wrong right.
Uh-huh.
A seared conscience won't even know that it's wrong.
Ooh, wow.
They won't know it's right or wrong. They call it the gray area. It would be a thing. Well, it's just a thing.
Wow.
I ain't do nothing wrong. You ain't do nothing right either. I know.
Ooh, boy.
Oh, there's a lot of people got that.
Wow. Boy, you got to.
So that is a
Oh
seared.
my
Somebody say seared.
Seared.
A seared conscience.